My brother-in-law took control of my business and declared, "Family comes first, don't be selfish," everyone shouted at me. Then I walked away. A week later, my phone rang non-stop with urgent calls. "Family comes first," my brother-in-law said, again taking a long drink of his beer. There was something about the way Liam said that which made me uneasy. We were at our regular family dinner, and everything felt normal. Until that moment. The way he looked at me over his glass, the slight smirk on his face, should have clued me in that something was wrong. I had built my business from the ground up over 8 years, starting in my garage, working 80-hour weeks, and missing vacations. Now we had offices downtown, a solid client base, and 20 employees relying on me. I was proud of what we had created, but I never boasted about it at family events. That was our unspoken rule. Keep business talk light. But Liam kept steering the conversation back to my company. "How many clients do you have now? They're all long-term contracts, right?" The question seemed innocent enough, but there was a hunger in his eyes that made me uncomfortable. My wife, Savannah, noticed it too. She squeezed my knee under the table, a silent signal that something was off. We had been married for 12 years, and she knew her brother better than anyone. If she was worried, it meant something. "Just doing well enough to keep the lights on." I deflected, reaching for the potatoes. "How's your startup going?" Liam's smile tightened. "The market's tough right now, but that's why family is so important, right? We help each other through the rough patches." The conversation moved on, but that night, driving home, Savannah was quiet. "He's struggling," she finally said. "Mom told me his company is in serious trouble." I nodded, keeping my eyes on the road. I had figured something was up. His questions were not exactly subtle. She hesitated. "He might ask you for help. Would you consider it?" And there it was. The request hadn't come yet, but it was coming. I thought about my team, our clients, everything we'd built. "I'll help however I can, but he's family," Savannah said softly. The following week, Liam showed up at my office unannounced. Nicholas, my right-hand man, warned me before Liam reached my door. "Your brother-in-law's here. He seems intense." Liam burst in before I could respond, all smiles and energy. "Just in the neighborhood? Thought I'd stop by. This place is impressive, man. Really impressive." He walked around my office, touching things and picking up the awards on my shelf. "You know, I've been thinking you've got such a good thing going here, but imagine if we combined our strengths. Your stability, my connections." "Liam," I started, but he was on a roll. "No, hear me out. I have investors ready to take things to the next level. We could triple your client base. In 6 months, he pulled out a folder, spreading papers across my desk. "All we need to do is restructure a bit and make room for expansion." I looked at the papers, full of projections and promises, but something felt off. "I appreciate the offer, but we're doing fine as we are. Steady growth, manageable pace." His expression changed for a moment. "Don't be short-sighted, Miles. This is a golden opportunity, and you know family should come first." "Did you talk to Savannah about this?" I asked. "Of course. She's my sister. She understands the importance of family helping family. Don't be selfish about this." I stood up. "I think we should discuss this another time, with Savannah present." He left, but not before dropping a bomb. "Just so you know, I already mentioned this to Mom and Dad. They think it's a great idea. Don't make this difficult, Miles. Nobody likes someone who puts money before family." That evening, my phone was flooded with messages. Savannah's parents, her aunts, even her cousin Nora, all of them telling me how wonderful it would be to have the boys working together, how family, businesses are the backbone of society. Savannah was waiting when I got home. "Why didn't you tell me Liam talked to you?" "It just happened today," I said, loosening my tie. "But apparently everyone else knew about it before me." "He's really excited about this opportunity," she said, not meeting my eyes. "Mom says his investors are pulling out. He needs this." I sat down heavily. "Savannah, something's not right. I looked into his company after he left. There are rumors, bad ones, failed ventures, angry investors, lawsuits that got quietly settled." "He's changed," she insisted. "He's learned from his mistakes. This is his chance to prove himself, with my company, with our employees' livelihoods. With family, she corrected. Please, just think about it, she urged. Later that night, I received a text from Nicholas. Boss, weird question. Did you authorize Liam to contact our clients? He just called me asking for the contact list, said you approved it. I stared at my phone, my stomach churning. In the bedroom, I could hear Savannah on the phone, probably with Liam. Their voices were hushed but intense. This wasn't just about helping family anymore. This was something else entirely, and I had a feeling things were about to get much worse. Update 1. It's been 3 days since my last post, and things have gotten worse. Much worse. I arrived at the office Monday morning to find Liam in our break room chatting with my employees like he owned the place. He had brought in coffee and pastries for everyone, the expensive kind from that fancy bakery downtown. The thing about Liam is that he can be incredibly charming when he wants to be. He has a way of making people feel special, like they're the only person in the room. I watched from my office as he moved from desk to desk, learning names, asking about families, sharing jokes. Nicholas pulled me aside as soon as I arrived. He's been here since 7 a.m., telling everyone about the exciting changes coming to the company. Miles, people are talking. They're worried about their jobs. Before I could respond, Liam spotted me. Miles, great, you're here. I was just telling everyone about our expansion plans. The team seems really excited about the possibilities. I kept my voice steady, aware of all the eyes on us. Liam, we need to talk in private, in my office. His friendly demeanor dropped slightly. Look, I'm trying to make this easier for everyone. Change is scary, but if the team sees us working together... There is no us, I interrupted. This is my company. I haven't agreed to anything. He leaned back, something cold flickering in his eyes. Funny thing about that, I had lunch with Zane yesterday. My stomach dropped. Zane was our biggest client. He seemed very interested in my ideas for modernizing our approach, especially when I mentioned the investment backing we have lined. Up, Liam smiled. He's an old golf buddy of my father's. Did you know that? The implied threat was clear. I gripped the edge of my desk. Get out. Don't be hasty, he said, standing. Family dinner tonight at Mom and Dad's. We can discuss everything then. Bring Savannah. She's been very helpful in seeing the bigger picture. The day turned into chaos. Rumors spread through the office like wildfire. I overheard snippets. Complete restructuring, outside investment, new management team. By lunch, 3 employees asked me directly about their job security. I tried calling Savannah, but she was avoiding my calls. Finally, she texted, "Please just come to dinner. Everyone wants to help figure this out." The family dinner was an ambush. Not just Savannah's parents, but her aunts, uncles, cousins, even Nora, who usually stayed out of family drama. They were all there, ready to convince me how wonderful this opportunity was. Miles, honey, my mother-in-law started, we're all here because we care. Liam has shown us the numbers. This could be amazing for everyone. He's got investors. Ready? My father-in-law added, real heavy hitters. But they need answers soon. I looked at Savannah, but she was staring at her plate. Has anyone actually met these investors? I asked. Seen proof of their commitment? Are you calling your brother-in-law a liar? Savannah's aunt gasped. I'm asking basic business questions, I said. The same questions I'd ask anyone proposing to take over my company. Take over? Liam laughed, but it didn't reach his eyes. This is a partnership, Miles. Though speaking of questions, some of your clients have been asking, interesting ones, about stability, about future planning. Nora spoke up suddenly. Liam, are you threatening him? Of course not. I'm pointing out that clients prefer companies with solid backing and clear succession plans. Miles is being offered a fantastic opportunity, and he's letting paranoia cloud his judgment. The conversation devolved from there, with everyone talking over each other, telling me how selfish I was being, how family has to stick together. Only Nora stayed quiet, watching Liam with an odd expression. Finally, Savannah stood up. Miles, please just sign the preliminary agreement. Show some good faith. We can work out the details later. I stared at her, this woman I'd loved for 12 years. You want me to sign over my company based on vague promises and emotional manipulation? I want you to help my brother, she shouted. Why is that so hard? The room went silent. I stood, up slowly. I'm going home. Savannah, you can come with me. Or what? Liam interrupted. You'll what, Miles? Make her choose between her husband and her family? I looked around the room at all these people who claimed to care about me, who were willing to destroy everything I'd built because family comes first. Then I walked out. Driving home, my phone buzzed. A text from Nicholas. Boss, we need to talk. It's about Liam and Zane and some other things you really need to know. Another buzz. Nora, don't sign anything. I'm looking into something from Liam's past. Give me 24 hours. Final buzz. Savannah, I'm staying at my parents' tonight. I can't believe you'd walk out on family like this. I pulled into our empty driveway, my mind racing. Tomorrow would be crucial. I needed to protect my company, my employees, my life's work. But first, I had to understand exactly what I was up against, because this wasn't about family anymore. This was war. Update. Topin, I met Nicholas at a diner at 6 a.m., far from the office. He was already there, laptop open, looking like he hadn't slept. The moment I sat down, he turned the screen toward me. Remember when you asked about those investors Liam kept mentioning? He pulled up a series of emails. There aren't any. Well, not anymore. They pulled out of his company 3 months ago. Everything he's been saying about backing and expansion, it's all smoke. I skimmed the emails, my coffee getting cold. How did you get these? Nora, he said. Turns out one of the investors was her ex. When she heard Liam's pitch at dinner, something felt off. She made some calls. The documents showed worse than we thought. Liam's company wasn't just struggling, it was a sinking ship. He'd burned through millions in investor money with nothing to show for it. But that wasn't even the worst part. He's been meeting with Zane, Nicholas continued, promising him huge discounts if he helps pressure you out. He's doing the same with other clients, trading on your reputation while setting up to gut the company. My phone buzzed again. Savannah, Mom and Dad want to host another family meeting tonight. Please come. We can fix this. I put the phone away. What about the employees? Nicholas shifted uncomfortably. He's been making promises, big ones. Told Kelly he'd double her salary, offered Mark that promotion he's been wanting. He pulled up another document. Look at his company's payroll history. Late payments, bounced checks. Some employees went months without pay before quitting. The bell above the diner door chimed. Nora walked in carrying a thick folder. She looked exhausted but determined. Good. You're both here, she said, sliding into the booth. It's worse than we thought. This isn't the first time Liam's tried this. She spread out papers. Across the table, 3 other companies, all successful small businesses, all approached by Liam during financial difficulties, all eventually bankrupted after he gained control. He finds stable businesses, usually through family or close friends, Nora explained, uses personal connections to pressure his way in, makes big promises, then strips everything valuable and moves on. The lawsuits get settled quietly because no one wants family drama public. Does Savannah know? I asked. Nora's expression softened. She doesn't want to know. None of them do. It's easier to believe he's just trying to help family. My phone kept buzzing. Messages from the in-laws, from Savannah, even from Liam himself, all saying the same thing. Family comes first. Don't be difficult. Think of Savannah. I turned the phone off. What's our next move? Nicholas asked. First, we document everything, I said. Every email, every promise, every threat. Then we talk to Zane, show him what's really happening. Just then, the diner door chimed again. Savannah stood there, looking lost. She walked to our table slowly, staring at the papers spread out before us. Is it true? She asked quietly. All of it? Sit down, Nora said gently. You need to see this. For the next hour, we showed her everything. The failed companies, the burned investors, the bounced checks, every lie, every manipulation. She didn't speak, just read document after document, her hands shaking slightly. Finally, she looked up at me. I'm so sorry. I should have... Don't, I said. Just what do you want to do now? Before she could answer, my office number rang. Nicholas answered, his face going pale. "They're in the office. Liam and your father-in-law. They're telling everyone they're taking over management effective immediately. They're trying to access the servers." I stood up. "Call building security, lock everything down now." "Let me come with you," Savannah said, grabbing my arm. "I need to face him too." The drive to the office was tense. More messages flooded in, employees confused and worried, clients asking what was happening. But now we had proof. Now we had the truth. "You know this means walking away from them," I told Savannah. "Your parents, the whole family." She squeezed my hand. "No, it means stopping them from hurting anyone else." "Family comes first." "Fine, but real family doesn't destroy each other for profit." We pulled into the parking lot. Through the lobby windows, I could see Liam gesturing angrily at the numpy security guard. My father-in-law was on the phone, probably calling in more family pressure. "Ready?" I asked Savannah. She straightened her shoulders. "They want a family meeting? Let's give them one they'll never forget." We walked in together, Nora and Nicholas right behind us, carrying all the evidence of Liam's past. It was time to show everyone exactly what family first really meant. Final update. I never wanted revenge. I just wanted to protect what I'd built. But Liam ensured this would end only one way. Security had already cleared the building when we arrived that morning. Liam and my father-in-law were in the lobby, faces red with rage. The moment they saw Savannah with me, everything exploded. "You turned my own sister against me," Liam shouted. Savannah stepped forward. "No, you did that yourself. Show them, Miles." I handed security a copy of everything we'd found and called the police non-emergency line to report a trespassing attempt and potential corporate espionage. I watched Liam's face change as he realized this wasn't going his way. "You're making a huge mistake," my father-in-law warned. "This family will never forgive this." "Funny thing about forgiveness," I said, opening my laptop. "Zane's on a video call right now. He'd like to talk about all those promises you made, Liam." Zane's face appeared on the screen, along with 3 other major clients. Each had received Liam's proposals and had recordings of his promises, his plans to strip my company for parts. "The investors you claimed were backing you," I continued. "They're on the call too. They're very interested in where their previous investment went." That's when Liam tried to run, but security stopped him. My father-in-law started shouting about family loyalty, but then Nora played the recording, the one where Liam bragged about his previous takeovers, about how easy it was to manipulate family businesses. The police arrived as Liam's phone started ringing. Turns out his creditors were very interested in his sudden attempt to acquire a successful company. His own business's accounts were frozen pending investigation. But I wasn't done. "Nicholas," I said quietly, "send the emails we prepared." Everything meticulously documented. Every document, every recording, every piece of evidence, sent to every employee Liam had ever cheated, every investor he defrauded, every family he'd manipulated, not just from this attempt, but from all his previous ventures. By afternoon, his world was collapsing. 3 former business partners filed lawsuits. 2 investors pressed charges for fraud. His remaining clients abandoned ship en masse. His office was shut down by midday. The family group chat exploded. Savannah's phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Relatives, who pressured me just days ago, were backpedaling frantically, especially after learning Liam had borrowed money from half of them, money they'd never see again. "Family comes first," I told my father-in-law as security escorted him out. "So I'm protecting my family, my employees, my clients, my wife, from someone who'd destroy them for profit." The next week was chaos. Liam's schemes unraveled spectacularly. The lawsuits multiplied. Former employees came forward with more stories. His reputation was demolished, not by my revenge, but by his own actions finally coming to light. Savannah's parents tried damage control, claiming they never knew, never understood, but their signatures were on documents. They'd helped pressure other families in Liam's previous takeovers. Their social standing crumbled as the truth spread. Then came the panic calls. Liam desperate for money to fight the lawsuits, family members realizing their investments and loans were gone, former business associates wanting to clarify their involvement. I didn't answer. Neither did Savannah. We did answer Nora, though. She'd received threats from Liam. Apparently, he blamed her for everything, so I hired security for her and gave her a position in my company. Real family protects its own. 1 month later, I sat in my office looking at the latest headlines. Liam's assets frozen, criminal charges pending, his wife filing for divorce, former partners turning state's evidence. Savannah walked in with coffee. Mom called again. They want to apologize in person. Your choice, I said. Whatever you want to do. She sat down, looking thoughtful. You know what I want? Peace. Distance. Time to appreciate the family we choose, not the one that tried to destroy us. My phone buzzed. Nicholas with an update. Our client list has actually grown. Turns out companies appreciate working with businesses that stand up to corruption. Liam's final message came later that night. You've ruined me. I hope you're happy. I didn't respond. I just forwarded it to his lawyer and blocked the number. Sometimes family comes first, but first you have to know what family really means. Looking back now, I realized this was never about business. It was about power, manipulation, and the lies we tell ourselves about family obligations. Liam didn't fail because I wanted revenge. He failed because the truth finally caught up with him. Our company is stronger now. Our real family, the people who stood by us, who chose truth over manipulation, is stronger too. The others made their choices. They can live with the consequences. Family comes first, Liam had said. He was right. He just never understood what that truly meant.